What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday, and welcome back to another edition of our Monday night online open mic presented by the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. My name is Richie David Marrufo. I'll be your MC and host today, and we're coming to you live and live from the 915. Welcome, welcome. It is October 20th, and we have a busy week ahead of us. So, really quick, if this is your first time ever here, welcome, welcome, welcome to the online show. Unlike an in-person open mic where we can see our audience, we don't know who's watching. So, the coolest thing you can do is just say hello in the chat. Let us know you're here. It's always fun to know who's watching, who's listening, and come in and out as you please. And the cool thing is it is live, but you can tune in at any point you can during the week. We have a lot of great performers. Now, speaking of the week, in addition to our Monday night mic, we have a full docket. So, buckle in because it's time to let you know what's going on. So Tuesday, as always, we will be downtown. We will move to Rosewood Bar, where we have our Versa and Harmony open mic, open to musicians and writers. So come on through. Sign up starts at 8 p.m. Show starts after 9. Tuesdays have been a whole lot of fun, to be honest, and we got some new peeps helping out. New iteration of the BWOMS crew. So if you're free, you know what to do. Wednesday we have a special edition of our Writers' Night at Proof and Press. We're calling it Haunted. So bring your scary stories, bring your spooky stories, your scary poems. Workshop as always starts after 7. Open mic after 9. Costumes encouraged. Okay. And if you haven't seen on social media, this past weekend I shot a little mini commercial, mini promo for it. That was I got to try some horror tropes that we shot in my office building. It was fun. It was super fun. Thursday, check this out. If you are a songwriter, we're gonna have a songwriting workshop and potluck in collaboration with EP Takes the Stage and A Valley Sessions. If you haven't checked out either of those organizations, they do some really cool stuff. But I will be leading the workshop. I've done, I think, 3 so far. Yeah, I think I've done 3 of them. And they're a whole lot of fun. It gives people an opportunity to hang out, bring a nice dish, mingle, mix, network a bit, and then write something. It's like a little mini open mic at the end where everyone shares what they wrote. So I'm working on the prompts right now. Friday, we are going to be, it's not really a BWOMS event, but it is a collaborative event. Chrysalis is releasing its new issue. Here it is. I've actually had this for a month or 2. But it was top secret. So I kept it in my office at school, but now that it's a week away, I brought it home with me. This is filled with, I think, like almost 50 authors, 50 contributors, because there's a lot of art, there's a lot of cool photography, and there's a lot of great writing. We have the Hector Padilla contest winners in here, and we have some pieces from our very own Kit Wren. Kit's gonna be there. So we have our release this Friday at the Falstaff, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I will be emceeing, and if you guys want to celebrate an awesome accomplishment from the Chrysalis staff, come on through. I love the cover. It represents an apapachame, which really means like a close hug. It is Nahuatl in origin, and it means to embrace or caress with the soul. It's a very specific kind of embrace. So that's this Friday. And then Saturday, I think we're going to be at UTEP. Okay. That's why I'm rocking the UTEP gear today. I'm an alumni. Apparently, the Alumni Association wants to interview me. But yeah, I think we're going to do something for Orange and Blue Day. That's like at 9 a.m. So for all the early birds, you might have an opportunity to share some stuff, but more on that later. We're still kind of fine-tuning the details. With that said, thanks for tuning in, guys. Let us know you're here in the chat. I see Ed Gonzalez Jedi, Mr. Jedi there in the chat. Hello, hello. Who will also be reading. All right, so I think just a couple more points. Again, if you've never seen this before, this is like any other open mic, except it's online. If you want to perform, all you have to do is sign up. The link to sign up is in the description of the video. Other than that, we are going to be joining in with people from all over the El Paso region, all over the country, and all over the world. It's a whole lot of fun. Definitely, if you are seeing people for the first time, definitely check out their social media pages. People promote your books, okay, all that stuff. It's close to holiday season. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and kick things off. As we've done many times before, we're going to go to Denver for our first performer, where we have Michael Sindler. Michael, Now, now you're ready. I saw you waiting there so patiently. All right, take it away when you're ready. Hello.
Okay. Good to see you, Richie. Good to see you, everybody. Always a pleasure. Today is the Hindi holiday of Diwali, the Feast of Lights, which is always one of my big faves. That and Holi, any one where you get lots of lights and stuff and colors. So this is a poem I wrote called Diwali. Buying a 1 pound block of butter, melting it slowly down for ghee to fuel the lamp that shines with others around the world to celebrate Diwali. As darkness nears its deepest, we praise the light that always glows inside. We mark the moment, the kiss of grace the inner mounting flame provides. Those who see, who feel connection with all resting within and without. We are all together in this moment of joy, celebrating Diwali. And that made me think of other stuff related to the certain things, but I decided to pair that with this one called Hot Yoga Babe. I picked you up at the airport holding up a sign that read, Hot Yoga Babe. You had sent me handmade tickets to be cashed in for various erotic favors. We used the whole booklet. But outside the apartment, away from the bed, boredom sat between us. Everywhere we went, like a third wheel, nothing but the carnal evoked interest. By the end of the week, we were both more than ready to part ways. I drove you back to DIA. You told me you had inexplicably never done it in a car. We checked it off the list in the parking lot. My parting gift, I suppose. It could have ended much worse. Last lust dissolved in farewell kiss. Your smile when you read, Hot Yoga Babe. That's how I'll always remember you. I never saw you again, and that's okay. And I'll go ahead and put on ye old hat. And this first poem is really nice. It was in the Rattle daily poem thing that they sent yesterday. And it's by a poet named Shivpreet Singh, and it's called Moon Drunk on Diwali. My, I'm fine. It's just that my mind, the little accountant on the top floor, has surrendered since. All he is left with now is a sparkler behind the ribs, some electricity finding home. Here, take his black pen, his red squiggles, light lines. At noon, everyone learns the way of light. Every sum bathes in the shape of sound. And here I rinse the rice, and the living room rinses me in air. The water drinks the moon, then clears. No one counts color, yet color transverses everything. Intoxicated, even the ladle cradles a raw verse. Whatever goddess tends night and gold, I just keep these lines of rice lamps, hundreds of eyes and ones drying in a cup without even a wobble. If I wobble, it's the song of rice, not wine. My bowl practices the smallest poetry. I be, I be. Call it lightful, call it moonless, call it nonsense, call it a key. My This unlocked rice rooms me. And this next one is one by Stuart A. Patterson, who's a Scottish writer, and I wish I had either Jamie or Finn to read this for me and get a good Scottish brogue on there, but I'll just do my best in American. It's called Diwali Manchester 2001. And again, it's by Stuart A. Patterson. I think of windows as I think of caves, entrances perhaps to deeper places where we huddle tight together, close to loss of faith in life, fanning embers of ourselves to raise a last hurrah of flame against our ever shortening days. We pull up curtains, shutters, blinds, conspire to guard and keep inside. And just for us, what light, fire and light we have. Outside, out there where dark October wears its lengthening overcoats, each window fades from sight, and any hope of refuge from the night. No welcome here, they say. Best find another door, another window. Go away. But not that night. That night I saw a city ring its doors and windows full of candlelight, each dia winking, blinking, burning with the oxygen of sudden, sumptuous life. And the skies a blooming rangoli of pattern, blasting winter to some other distant hemisphere. Sweet smells of kheer, gulab jamun, and rasmali like welcome mats before the tongue, an open door into that place, those caves you thought long emptied of the basic warmth of faith. Reason is my God, a cold and dark one, sometimes left to linger long upon the doorstep like a peddler selling trinkets. Then I was selling nothing, was offered everything, as Manchester became a festival of light in all the names of everyone afraid of shortening days, closed doors, inevitable giftless nights. Okay, thank you very much.
All right, and thank you as always for also starting with your promo, Mike Sindler, everyone, out of Denver, and we're gonna come back to El Paso for our next performer. Uh, you can find him on Linktree. We'll find that link as well. But right now we have Ed Gonzalez up next on the mic, rocking, always rocking the cool shirts in the back right there. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, hello everybody. Happy Monday. Um, to the regulars and to YouTube. Uh, I forgot where I was going there for a second. But anyway, I want to reiterate too the happy Diwali to everybody. Um, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I had two. One I thought I had written myself, but actually I ended up being another Tumble Words from the past, and I also have a second one from Saturday, other Tumble Words by the great Carlos Espinoza. Another great Tumble Words. Okay. Oh, I didn't give gratitude. Thank you, BWOMS. Thank you, Richie. Thank you, Kit. I don't want to forget. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started so I can get done and I can listen to your awesome work. This one's entitled Abode. Once my friends and I began driving, we realized something about LA, and that's why we ended up with bus passes. We would take the bus down to Hollywood, and if you were ever at that party, the after party, if you were ever at a party, the after party would be at Earl Flynn's mansion. And you never liked going inside the mansion because there was way too many squatters. And the outside were the empty swimming pools. That's where bonfires were lit. And my favorite was the tennis courts. There were a flat area near a hole in the fence where you could bail out when the cops showed up, which wasn't too very often. We would fall back to Bronson Caves and hang with the Goths. They had better weed anyway. And there, the disco club people would come and hang out with us inner city folks. Personally, I'd rather go to Silver Lake and hang out with the Rastafarians. They're really a fun group. And that was number one. And this one was from Saturday, entitled Undrawn. An undrawn state, those living in the true living in the lands following the border. So many things for people operating along this division. To relatives asking the same questions, why would you move there? It's so dangerous. I don't reply anymore because I've explained many times that El Paso is one of the most safest places to live, and it has great school districts, so the best in Texas. And with government's push and pull, destroy human and animal families. By this mostly I frown when I walk the bosque in Socorro. It's such beautiful plants and animals and a stream connecting to the Rio Grande. And some attempts by the Texas Park and Wildlife and reparations in assembling the burrowing owl's habitat backed by the Black Wall, which is the whole reason for the destruction in the first place. And my friend shared with me as I was talking to him about that. He shared a statement with me. He said the border wall serves another purpose, to protect the people on Mexico's side from the people who do all the school shootings and the serial killers here in Texas. Definitely an interesting dynamic. Okay. Yeah, I got two covers. The first one is entitled Resistance by the great Mega Sud. I don't want to wait for you to collaborate with my truth. The evidence to prove the finality of my desires. I don't want to wait for your soft touches and the smoothing my scars, a tourniquet to stop this bleeding. I don't want you to comfort me in the middle of the night only to unravel my pain in the morning. As my body goes from a shade darker than yesterday, I don't need the assurance of the revolution around the corner. I birth my own revolution. I create my own marches. The truth of my soul owes to nobody but me. A conversation with my higher self. A division abolition. When I resist, I create. Megasud. And this one right here I got from this book that I got when I went to Bisbee. Uh, Mary Oliver. Let's see. Straight talk from from Fox. Listen, says Fox. It is music to run over the hills, to lick the dew from the leaves to nose along the edges of the pond, to smell the fat ducks in their bright feathers, but far out, safe in their rafts of sleep. It is like music to visit the orchard, to find the vole sucking the sweet of the apple or the rabbit with his fast beating heart. Death itself in is music. Nobody ever come by close, writing down or wake in a dream. It can't be told. It is flesh and bones, changing shape, and with good cause. Mercy is a little child beside such an invention. It is music to wander the black back roads outside town. No one is awake or wondering if anything miraculous is ever going to happen. Totally dumb to the fact that every moment's miracle. Don't think that I haven't peeked into windows. I have seen you all in your seasons, making loves, arguing, talking about God, as if he were an idea instead of the grass, instead of the stars. The rabbit caught one good teeth whacking hit and brought home to the den. What am I? And I know it is responsible, joyful, thankful. I would not give a life for 1,000 of yours. Mary Oliver. I wanted to thank everybody. Thank you for this time. You make Mondays great. And remember to take time for yourself every day. Self-care, that's what it's all about. Peace and love.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, yes. Self-love, self-care, all the love to Ed. Appreciate you as always for coming through. All right, we'll keep this night moving along. And again, because we are on Zoom, we can go from El Paso to South Dakota, Ohio, just like that, where we have Doc Jennings next up on the mic. All right, when you're ready, Doc.
Thanks, Richie. Singing bowl. Azure bowl of sky reverberates, sings the joy of time in colors of the rainbow. Daytime's blue, sung in sonorous sunlight, brilliant ringing tones and the vibrance of noon at sun's zenith. Darkened at night, it sings a song, a nocturne of Mazarin midnight to infinite stars. And at dawn and dusk, the Empyrean bowl resonates, a singing chiaroscuro canvas, an artist's palette of glowing colors. This is in suspended moments. First light, adiabatic rays fly, heralding sunrise. Cloud-blanketed hills reveal their shapes in a misty striptease. Leaves lift in a prayer to the day. Dawn's color-filled scrim brightens to blue, and sun in golden majesty begins its diurnal journey. Moments suspended in time, moments to inhale, moments. And then this is something I wrote specifically for Saturday, titled We the People. We the people, we walk together in a profound, loud silence. Our silence a proclamation. We are alive. We exist. A declaration of reality. A reality of one, of e pluribus unum. A one which is we the people. We are visible and we are on a mission to rally around, protect, and defend the Constitution. Not a person or a flag, but an idea. Not a perfect one, but a lived one in need of amendment, a work in progress. And so we walk together, we the people, in no need of a dictator, king. And I'm going to finish with something I wrote originally for, the holiday back earlier this year. It's titled Stand, Unite, Resist. I mourn for our country and decry the willful ignorance, greed, and lust for power which has brought us to this state. I mourn for all who are or will be affected by pronouncements and actions of those ill fit for elected office. I mourn and I call for resistance. Resist in any and every legal manner. Vote against those who aid and abet this assault on our constitutional republic. Vote as though your life depends on it, or it does. Vote though you may never have voted before. Register and vote. Non-voters would have been the difference. Speak out. Use your voice and voice the truth of reality. Call your senators, your congressional representatives, your state senators and representatives, your local officials. Protest the harmful rollbacks, the unthinking, uncaring edicts, the bigotry and misogyny, the unconstitutional acts, the ignorant and unqualified bureaucrats. Unite, stand, resist. Thank you.
That's right. Love it, Doc. That's why you are a poet laureate. Appreciate you, man. As always, any announcements, promos for anything?
Not presently. Thank you.
All right. As always, it's a pleasure and an honor having you with us. All right, everyone, if you're just tuning in, welcome to our online mic, everyone. This open mic, Barbed Wire, is based out of El Paso, Texas, but as we just saw, we can go anywhere in the world, which is fun, and we will be doing more traveling. But right now, we're going to come back to El Paso, where we have Robin Schofield, and always rocking the drip. But today, in particular, you got the whole fit going on. So I just want to highlight that, and always the words you to be expected. But here is Robin Schofield, everyone.
Thank you, Richie. Thank you, everybody. Everybody out there in YouTube land too, and people in the future. EPCC students. Yeah, I was thinking about breast cancer awareness, so I thought I'd get out the pink stuff, which the Barbie movie kind of gave me permission to wear pink again. I don't know why. So I thought I'd do some things from my manuscript in progress, Nightmare Woman. And this one is called No Regrets from Nightmare Woman. Oh yeah, I remember writing this. I remember it was in Tumblewords, which Kit will tell you more about. And it went somewhere I didn't expect. Once I stood under a murmuration of cowbirds, whooshing and diving towards each other in mathematical acrobatics. I would have wandered longer among the wetland reeds. I would have spoken to you only. The future is this clay mud that tugs me down. Conditional tense, a road so rocky no one can drive it, and it ends in the future, a swamp where even the crows won't go. The day, I told him, this is the day, the birds mate, fields still covered in snow. He told me, this is the day the trees bud before the coming freeze. Weather's hard as ever, worse drought yet. We already live in a desert, our thirst never quenched. Okay. And this one is called Harvest. For the one who walks beside me, whether the path is dark or light, for the food on our table, while we know others go without. For the dog sleeping beside me, whose loyalty knows no bounds. For the days, the golden days, the inkwell of a sky. For the freedom to use those days, growing from the inside out. For the apples and oranges in winter, a true daily miracle. For the rosy bougainvillea against a yellow wall, a poem of great moment. For the burrowing owl bowing from the rocks after the warning dance. For the migrating hawk who tells which season by the twitching of the magnetic field. For the blue wind on the western slopes that washes the air clean. Yes. Okay, those are from Nightmare Woman. And I want to read a poem by a poet. She was from Montana, I believe, Patricia Godeke. And she played a little bit with quantum mechanics and astrophysics and things in her poetry. And this is one of those poems. And I want to read it because she died, I think, when she was, I want to say 70 or 72, something like that, of breast cancer. Whole by Patricia Godeke. Glares up at us like a black graffiti covered stone the day after the execution. Birds like heavy cigars, coffins wheeling overhead. If this be corpse or grave, if this be tooth or cavity or dry lake bed or spewed vomit of self-pity or howl, no tongue left to speak with, if there be the same killing fields from the start, the gallows in the playpen, if there be cracked eggshell and no egg, neither yolk nor white, nor whole baby live forever, ha! If there be no kernel, no core to the apple head, if there be love when love is dead, if the outer firmament be arched skin only, if the noose embrace nothing but cold ore and bowels, where is the high-framed convexity of which this is the concave? For this is not a private, not a personal crack in a sealed container. No, this is not a single lost shoe. On the nation's highways, the owner is long gone. And whether this be outer or inner rot, murderous, aimed, or innocent kick, here is an end to it, a hollow depression which has no bottom and no top. Patricia Godeke, an excellent poet. So back to you, Richie. Thanks, everybody.
All right, thank you, Robin. Love that piece a lot. All right. Um, okay, we are ping-ponging between El Paso and other spots, so we're gonna go back out to the northeast part of the country, uh, at least relative to us, and we're gonna go to Greenfield, Massachusetts, for some poetry slash a cappella song with Storm. Storm in the Zoom verse. So when you're ready, Storm, go ahead and take the stage.
All righty. Thank you, Richie. Thank you, everybody. It's nice to join you all tonight. And I'm going to do some fairly poppy poems, short, but hopefully meaningful. And then I'll do my cover piece as the a cappella piece tonight. Okay. Visual affectations. Picture a Rathskeller bar, a glass of red wine half full, an emptied ring of water. The room is silent, choked with smoke, until a door opens and someone enters or leaves. You cannot see which. Am I in bright light or total darkness? I sit and talk and suggest, then another expounds. He's right, they nod. I am forgotten. Perhaps the glare from the window hid me so that they thought my voice was only the outsides telling them a possibility they dared not acknowledge till the others spoke it. Or maybe my blankness fogs their memories. I am left off lists, out of pictures and jokes. Allow me to introduce myself. The wallflower speaks. I come to observe the shadows, let others perform the show, play out the rituals. The dancers shall blend into each other in as many shapes as seems appropriate, weaving themselves through the rhythms they find within each song. If I sat in the right place, I could see no people, yet have their arms, legs, and torsos wrap around me, all without touching, reasoning my silence. Cut out the tongue, let it bleed for its bad manners. Choose the silence, trouble makes noise. If no one hears you, you won't be blamed. Practice softness till even your body has no lines. When you are skilled enough, everyone will look through you. You will start to fade. Creed of a voyeur. It is better to watch lions while they're eating than to be eaten. Better still to watch others loving than risk pain or the chance that one might get emotionally involved. I don't hurt. I am pure. I am only being an observer. I am not to be blamed. Drawing a blank. Something is missing. The words lie on the page like wilted petals on a carpet. Each one seems to seek to be abandoned by the rest. There is a lot to be forgotten tonight. And switching hats. I think I'll badger you a little with this next song in honor of the many protesters. A long time ago, when the world went bad, and the law got meaner than it ever had, the people got clever, and the people got loud. They said, we'll mock you back, you bureaucratic crowd. There were beavers and badgers and bunnies on parade, frogs in the fountains and raccoons unafraid, moose wearing makeup and ducks in a brigade. That's how we all mocked ICE in the costume parade. Well, ICE rolled in with their boots and their frowns, said we're here for order, no costumes in town. But the people were ready with felt and glue. They said, you deport laughter, we'll deport you. There were llamas with lattes and otters on skates, pandas with protest signs reading close the gates, a goose in a trench coat yelling down with charades. That's how we all mocked ICE in the costume parade. A penguin with sunglasses led the march. A kangaroo carried a torch through the arch. A fox in a fedora shouted, this is absurd. You can't cage compassion. It's more than a word. There were wolves waving placards and cats with berets, snakes doing salsa in matching displays. A parrot kept squawking, we won't be afraid. That's how we all mocked ICE in the costume parade. Now the cameras rolled and the people cheered, and I stood baffled, completely weird, dead. A sloth with a clipboard took notes on the scene, said I think they're too funny to ever be mean. There were zebras and donkeys and bears in disguise, bats holding banners that said, no more lies. They couldn't stop laughter, no matter how they prayed. That's how we all mocked ICE. Yeah, that's how we all mocked ICE. In the costume parade. In the costume parade. That's by John D. Cundall, The Costume Parade. And all the poems were mine.
Okay, awesome hat, and as always, look forward to the links there to talk about your projects, which I
Oh,
think
of
you do
course,
sufficiently.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to put in a link for Daily Antidote of Song. We just passed our 2022nd straight day of being up and running. And almost all of those are archived on YouTube. We have a performer come in from somewhere in the world, literally somewhere in the world, um, and they do one or two songs and get interviewed. It lasts about 30 minutes. It's on 12 noon Eastern, so figure out your time zones from there. And the other thing is the People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle. We do things online and in the physical. We are a dues paying group. We have 350 members. A lot of what we do is archived on YouTube as well. And coming up this Thursday, there is going to be a thing, a song swap, pre-signed up for song swap um, on the world in crisis. And if you like poetry and songs of a political nature, environmental justice, social justice, please join us. And quickly, the other thing that I'm going to put up is a Zoom friend, acquaintance of mine, Marianne McAllister, is going to be doing a live stream from Folk Project in New Jersey. It's free, and she does wonderful, very talented singing and music. So I invite you to check her out and check Folk Project out. They have amazing people, and a lot of their shows are free for whatever you care to donate.
All right, cool. Those were announcements from Storm. Shout out to all the musicians out there in the world playing for that change, including our very own Lara Lynette, who's been participating in the marches, rocking her tunes, as well as some awesome covers on the front lines. She was there at the No Kings protest with the whole band, singing some resistance songs. So proud, and it's so awesome. So shout out to Lara Lynette. You know, and I know that's a lot of energy that goes into that, but you know, she's been on that recently, that it's necessary, absolutely necessary. So thank you, all you musicians out there. Again, thank
Yeah,
you, Storm.
Lara is great. I see her on multiple Zooms, and she does a lot in her community as well.
Our community, yeah.
That's
Um,
right. Yeah.
so once again, if you're just tuning in, we got Cassie in La Casa. I see, cool in the house. All right, we are gonna go ahead and get international here. Joining us from the MNL, we got LKN. What does that mean? Well, we got Lacan in Manila. So, Lacan, when you are ready, we will get you up here on the show. Welcome back. Hello.
Hello, hello. Thank you. Again, like I get so obsessed whenever you enunciate Manila the right way. Oh my God, thank you. Magandang umaga, beautiful morning to everyone. I'm Lacan and I'm from Manila, Pilipinas. And shout out on the first ever Chicago Poetry Festival organized by Poetry Global Network. And for other details, check out www.poetryglobalnetwork.com. I have two poems for today. So I'm doing another 30 for 30. It's my third this year. Um, uh, the first one is from this current season 3. Let's do for my first poem for the between experience for 6.0 plus earthquakes, the strongest being 7.6. And this is a poem about that. The title is When the Ground Remembers. In Davao del Sur, I woke before the dawn cracked. My slippers slid as the floor tilted. Our plates clattered like frightened birds. I smell rust from the tin roof in a sharp bite of rainwater. My mother said, just go softly, not in fear, but in habit. And I held the door frame like a pulse I could steady. Days later, in Surigao del Norte, I stood by the pier where boats swayed drunk with the seas forgetting. The air tasted of salt and gasoline. Vendors still sold fish with shaking hands. We laughed too loudly just to hear something stay the same. The horizon rippled and no one dared say the word again. Then summer broke open beneath its own prayer as the church bell fell and rolled into the street. I watched a woman gather candles from the cracked floor, each flame a stubborn heartbeat. The smell of dust and incense thick as grief. A boy picked up half a saint and kissed his chipped face. We slept outside that night under a plastic sky. Neighbors passing rice and stories from trembling hands. Someone played an old guitar, its notes uneven like aftershocks. Someone said, Kayan, and I believed them. Because what else is there to hold on to when the earth itself lets go? In Baguio, my cousin sent photos of quiet mountains. In Mindanao, my uncle rebuilt his walls before the next rain. I have learned to listen in the silence between tremors, to sweep glass without counting the pieces, to plant bougainvillea where the crack runs deepest. The earth keeps moving, but so do we. Barefoot on the same wounded ground, each morning I touch the wall that still leans a little and whisper, Salamat, for everything still standing. As I move on, grounded on, I still have a tomorrow. Salamat. For the second poem. We're a very tenacious country. And I'm very proud to belong in a race that could smile still after a 7.6. This one from season 2 of my 30/30, which I wrote September 1 to September 30th. The title is A Country Full of Innocence. The barangay tanod yawns, street dogs weave between banners. Children chased coins tossed by hands that would never surrender paychecks. The pavement must wonder if freedom was meant to be a perpetual tantrum. Patriotism in the Philippines is karaoke loud, measured in how long you hold the note on the streets. But when the song ends, everyone passes the mic and nobody foots the bill. A choir of throats, pretending to be hammers, pretending to be bridges. But self-interest is more real. As poems vanish in a pocketed truth, but everyone says the fare is unfair. As jeepneys cough black smoke, bearing passengers who will not walk the road themselves. And still the march goes on. Megaphones swallowing every ounce of silence. They demand the tide retreat, yet refuse to lift a single sandbag along the plastic river as it holds its tongue, green and choking, knowing no one here will unclog its throat. What is a nation but a circle of jaws waiting to be fed, screaming at the sky for bread while hiding their own harvest beneath the bed? And 7,641 stomachs groan, not from the weight of administrations, but from the emptiness of its own citizens, who mistake thunder for sacrifice, who confuse volume with change, who thinks their hands are always washed, immaculate and invincible, to stain another street corner but is never accountable. Thus, every Filipino hoards victimhood, but cowardice is always the crime. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, everyone.
Oh, awesome, beautiful, and thanks for plugging the poetry festival, Poetry Global Network. I did share the link. You also have a book out or coming out. Do you want to share that link or mention it really quick?
Yes. Well, my book it was released last year. It's called When Stars Are Traitors. I am a gang rape survivor, and in my book, I told my story without holding back and unmasking the smiles as survivors, the truth behind it's okay, because honestly, it's not. So we just try to be, and you can get it from Barnes and Noble, from Amazon to your local bookstores. Just tell them When Stars Are Traders, by me, LKN Lakan, and it's by PGN Publishing. And I am preparing my second book. It's about my grandmother. So yeah, do check out for that. And yeah, maraming salamat. Thank you
Perfect.
so much, BWOMS, Richie, and support you.
All right, yeah, man. Of course, always got to give a chance to plug the work. I did share the link there, so you guys can check it out as well. When Stars Are Traders. Alrighty then, we are going to continue on with. Let's see, where are we going? All right. Back to the states. A friend who lived in El Paso, but now joining us from the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. We have David Latif up next on the mic. Hey, David.
Unmute myself. That would help. Hi, what's up? I'm gonna read some poems. I'm gonna start with an older poem. This is a poem that I wrote after the first No Kings protests. It's called A Poem from June 15th, 2055. The 14th was an important day, don't get me wrong. Historians agree on that, but it's what happened on the 15th that was so important. See, people started calling those phone numbers they got on those little flyers, got connected with people they had met the day before, and they started building something, movements with demands, not just demands, but actions against the evil, yes, but also for the good. For the first time in nearly 100 years, someone asked their next door neighbor for a cup of flour, and then, shocker of all shockers, the neighbor gave them that flour. It's truly the moment that everything changed and we got this wonderful world with universal healthcare and bodily autonomy, this culture of connection, a nation of friends, because we stood with and for each other instead of billions of individuals standing alone. It's why I'm here at your front door 30 years later, asking for a cup of flour. These next two poems are from Carlos Espinosa's wonderful Tumblewords workshop on Saturday. This one is called Perspectives from Lines. I got to meet some astronauts, friends of my friend's mom who worked at NASA, and all of them had something to say about their perspective from above the Kármán line. From above the Kármán line, you can't actually see any other lines that we made up. They almost all talked about the ridiculousness of borders because this was the first time any of these white US Americans saw a globe without lines scrawled all over it, where countries weren't all painted different colors to keep them distinct from one another. What's interesting is that the view from above the Kármán line in low Earth orbit must look very similar to El Paso, Texas, because I couldn't see any line either. I saw how people and stories spilled over both banks of the river, the way we influenced each other, lives in two places that people were desperate to claim were separate. Like Edgar Mitchell, I developed a global consciousness, a people orientation, an intense dissatisfaction with the state of the world, and a compulsion to do something about it. And like Edgar Mitchell, I want to grab a politician by the scruff of the neck and drag him to El Paso, Texas, and say, "Look at that, you son of a bitch." This next one doesn't have a title. If you can think of one, let me know. Being non-binary is one of those interesting things because your body becomes a battleground for others to contest. I'd much rather it be a place of fusion like ska punk or Damascus steel, a mix of materials forged into one being. But there's this thing where when you start to do fun and interesting things with your body, all sorts of people feel like they need to invade it to exercise the power of the cisgender empire against your own body as if they own it. I'm out of the closet, mostly, in very specific places with very specific people, so I end up carrying the closet everywhere I go, like the world's biggest, most inconvenient backpack, just in case I need to jump back inside of it. I'm trying to leave it behind more often, building the bravery to be out when I go out, to revolt and rebel against the cisgender empire. This last one also doesn't have a title. I believe it's from a workshop that Kit led, if I remember correctly. Someone said that they were a shitty basement ska concert. Not for everyone, but for the people who want to be there, absolutely perfect. I feel the same way about myself in my poetry. I'm a niche reference like a Goncharov poster or A113 on license plates in Pixar movies and the logo for VLC Media Player. If you get it, you get it. If you didn't, well, maybe you just had to be there, or maybe you just don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, Google is free so long as you read about the right Michael Collins, and there are plenty of neuroqueer people who you should listen to. Maybe you just don't like ska, in which case you can find another venue and get out of my basement. Thank you so much. You can find me on Substack at Poetic Universal Friend. There you can find links to my book and my Instagram, where I mostly don't post poetry. I mostly just post pictures of my roommate's dog. Thank you so much. Thank you, Richie, for doing this. This, as always, the highlight of my week. So thank you.
Oh wow, awesome! Yeah, it's a great way to start the week, right? On a Monday, even then, right? Thank you, David. And go find David's book. We'll put a link as well. That's what I'm doing, sharing links today. Shout out to everyone on YouTube. Again, if you're listening and tuning in, say hello in the chat. Let us know you're there. Don't forget to like the video. Again, that pushes it out to more people. All right, we're gonna stick around or come back to El Paso, where next Thursday he'll be the host of Mike of the Living Dead at Old Sheepdog Brewery, last Thursday of the month. And he's, as always, he's been name dropped a few times. It's Mr. Monday Night, Kit Ren. Yo.
Hi there. How's it going? Hello, Richie. Hello, everyone who went before me. Thank you to everyone who goes after me. And hello to all of you in the future, for that is where we all shall live, in the future. Fun times. Cool stuff. So, think a lot about how progress isn't real. I think of the great dictator Salazar, who awoke from a long coma to a newly democratic Portugal. I think of the aides who printed fake newspapers and diplomatic cables so he could live the rest of his life content. Think of Tsar Nicholas II, who cracked down on a spontaneous march in his honor, because no marches meant no marches. Think of Franco using state power to make sure his favorite player went to his favorite team. And that, kids, is why we don't cheer for Real Madrid in this house. I think of Richard Nixon sending in a play to George Allen on the Washington sidelines. It lost 8 yards. I think of Hitler's painting Stalin's poetry and Saddam Hussein's pseudonymous romance novels. Look it up. I think that Yeats wanted to be a wizard and Crowley wanted to be a poet, and they lived lives of unmoored homoerotic jealousy. I think of the quack doctor who shoved food up President Garfield's rectum for months. Yes, you all read he got shot, but the bullet might not even get an assist on the stat sheet if I was scoring. I think of Frederick Barbarossa drowning in 8 inches of water, short of the Holy Land. I think of Gregory of Tours writing a history of the Franks by candlelight. He knows he's not up to the job, but he knows the end is near. It's almost 600. And nobody else is up to it either, since he lives in a fallen time. I come at last to my points. I don't think we are devolving. I think we've always been about this stupid. This age is louder, true. The destruction of hierarchy of authority sounded better in the brochure. We have a machine in our pocket that screams at us, so we scream back, trying to win. But we didn't invent screaming. The idiot is Wi-Fi enhanced, but not Wi-Fi enabled. Just outside the frame of every old master is a man, statistically speaking, he is a man, who is deeply mistaken about the nature of the world. My muses are mundane but bizarre. They are earthbound, stealthy, seduced by pranks, preoccupied with traffic, before they look up and remember who the hell I am. Perhaps Posey is an IT center, and I wait for my inbox to fill with tickets from perplexed muses, cryptically underexplained problems, urgent in the telling, goofy and underwhelming in their resolution. As with IT, there's a lot of sitting around and waiting in poetry. There's a lot of relitigating of the basics. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Have you tried turning it on and off again? We can have insular conversations with each other, splattered with jargon, and our friends will have to rely on tone cues to just barely hang on. It sounds like, and even someday feels like, ineffectual pickings at the margins. But with poetry, just like IT, if we don't intervene, people will die. Shout out to Amazon Web Services. Great job fucking up. We're all proud of you. The way to survive winter is to survive it. I'm sorry. I can't be more helpful. I think I should tell you as little as possible about hope, better days, green shoots, snowbanks melting, and roads being patched. Because then you'll look for them. And not finding them immediately, sink further down. And hope is most lastingly experienced as I have experienced it. As a static shock. Something you were unprepared for. You try to ignore it and crouch back down to water your miserable bonsai tree. But it's already tomorrow. You've already made it into a year you didn't think the calendars would ever mark for you. Shit, I changed my mind. So we're getting in the middle of spooky season. As a millennial, I'm part of the generation that resents the Christmas creep and am fighting back with spooky season. So I've been happy about Halloween since August. But this is a poem for the Times called Scary Movies by Kim Adanizio, the legend. Today, the cloud shapes are terrifying, and I keep expecting some enormous black and white B-movie cyclops to appear at the edge of the horizon, to come striding over the ocean and drag me from my kitchen to the deep cave that flickered into my young brain one Saturday at the Baronet Theater, where I sat helpless between my older brothers, pumped up on candy and horror. That cave, the litter of human bones gnawed on and flung toward the entrance. I can smell their stench as clearly as the bacon fat from breakfast. This is how it feels to lose it. Not sanity, I mean, but whatever it is that helps you get up in the morning and actually leave the house on those days when it seems like death in his brown uniform is cruising his panel truck of packages through your neighborhood. You grip your little date book, staring at some scrawled appointment a week away, trying to convince yourself that day exists when you know it doesn't, thinking of a friend's voice on a machine. I'm not here. The morning of her funeral. The calls filling up the tape and the mail still arriving. And let's face it, there isn't any solace. And as for safety, I remember all those vampire movies I'd come home from and then lie awake all night, rigid in my bed, unable to get up even to pee because the undead were waiting underneath it. If I so much as stuck a bare foot out there in the unprotected air, they'd grab me by the ankle and pull me under. And my parents said there was nothing there. When I was older, I would know better. And now they're dead. And I'm older. And I know better. Right. So everyone's been so kind to mention the Tumblewords Project. Once again, on the subject of Halloween and its related holidays, we're doing our Day of the Dead workshop a little bit early. Raquel Mejia, as she has every year since 2009, will be presenting Day of the Dead. And this year's subtitle is The Ticking Clock. Can you hear it? You can just about hear it some days. And then November 1st, our friend Candace, who hosts at Proof and Press, she'll be taking the fabled Tumblewords talking stick for the first time with the poetry of Witness. I don't mean to put pressure on, but I'm very excited whenever anyone gets to do this for the first time. It's fun. Feel powerful. Feel like God, but like a friendly one, like a nice one. And Friday at the Falstaff, the Chrysalis coming out party, the debut. I'm fumbling around, but I'll be there. It'll be fun. It'll be great. Everything's great. Nothing is bad. That's it. I'll hand it back to Richie because I'm fucking up, man.
Irony, a chrysalis that releases, I love it. Okay, so we have a little bit of music back to back, and we're going to start our journey off in El Paso, where we have Hip City for the first time online. If you go to our Tuesday mics, you may have seen both of these guys perform and help out around. So Cesar, when you're ready, go ahead and try it out, man. If you want to play a song or two, let's try it out. Yeah, go ahead and play.
We tried tweaking the sound. Hopefully it's not too hot and the gain isn't all crazy. But we'll try playing normal, and if it's too loud, I guess we'll stop. Just give me a stop or something. I don't know. Will I be able to starting?
Go for it. Yeah.
So we'll do a quick sound check. Check one. Check.
Yeah,
To you, I used to know before you let me down. Before you let me go, we listened to the left side, the radio. And you were so fine that the train tracks miles never felt more. You got behind, you haven't had white lies back around 92. I lost I found you, I found you. Dancing with the bliss out brothers and the dreadlock white girl, feeling like the disco ball worker. Oh, we ask the relative and the folks who spinning like a disco ball worker. I was there that we stole from San Jacinto. I read about the faces by the window. I can't forget the day that you forgot me. When your kisses are so vicious, and I fell for your coffee high, you haven't had white lies back around 92. I lost eyes, I found you, I found you. Dancing with the bliss out, brother. And the dreadlock white girl, spinning like a disco ball world. Yeah, with the extroversion and the gold tip soda, spinning like a disco ball world. Dance with me, baby. Won't you dance with me? Dance with me, baby. Won't you dance with me?
yo, Cesar.
That was our sound check. I don't know what you think.
That was the whole sounds for the whole song. No, you need to turn the original sound on because it's cutting off everything. It's cutting off all the drums, and you could just hear a little bit of your voice.
So we need to tone it down?
No, it's not that. It's a function on Zoom. You have to turn off. You have to first of all you have to turn on enable original sound as a setting, and then you have to turn it on as well. Otherwise, it's cutting everything off. Yes, if you go to your audio settings and go to the audio profile, there's an option there for original sound for musicians. If you have to click it first.
So under audio and
Audio settings.
I'm under audio settings here.
Okay, and then there's a section there that says audio profile in the menu somewhere.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you click original sound.
Okay. Echo,
And-
high fidelity, stereo.
Don't worry about any of those. I think just as long as you have it enabled, and then once you get out of that window, you should now see on the top right corner it says original sound for musicians, and it should say off or on.
Uh-huh.
So just click it where it says on.
Okay, it's on now.
Okay, now we'll be able to hear everything. So I go and do one more song.
My bad. All right. low and sweet, my little honeybee. Why won't you be true, my little honeybee? Why won't you be true? My little honeybee, why can't I let you be? You're playing tricks on me. You've been hiding where I can see. My little honeybee, why won't you be true? My little honeybee, why won't you be true? Little honeybee, why won't you be true? My little honeybee, why won't you be true? I guess, could you guys hear that?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was way better. We heard it. We heard it. Awesome, man. So really quick, do you guys have any shows coming up this week or anything, or jams?
Not really. I mean, me and Dave been jamming for a little less than a month, and we're hoping to book something here soon once we get some songs down. But so we were rehearsing and like, hey, isn't tonight the BWOMS online? So cool. Can we just play you guys out with one groove and then we're done?
For sure.
Yeah. Guys, for checking us out. Mr. David Tom on drums.
All right. Awesome. Thank you guys. Very cool. Thank you guys. Whew, that was fun. We figured out the sound. That was awesome. I look forward to getting to see you guys perform in person. Just a reminder, we're at Rosewood tomorrow. If you want to come jam, bring the set. Bring it, do a little set. If you guys want to do some live jamming there, Hip City, thank you, Cesar and David, appreciate it. All right, we got more music, and we're gonna go ahead to Germany for our next performer. We have Luis Gamberos, and as always, brings the smoothness. So Luis, when you are ready, we'll hand it over to you. We got some music going on.
Hey, Richie.
Hey.
Okay, I'm going to sing a song by Michael Kiwanuka and the Arctic Monkeys. Oh my, I didn't know what it means to believe. Oh my, I didn't know what it means to believe. But if I hold on tight, is it true? Would you take care of all that I do? Oh Lord, I'm getting ready to believe. And oh my, I didn't know how hard it would be. Oh my, I didn't know how hard it would be. But if I hold on tight, is it true? Would you take care of all that I do? Oh Lord, I'm getting ready to believe. Then we'll be waving hands, singing freely, singing, standing tall, now it's coming easy. Oh no, looking down, honey, can you see me? Oh, I'm getting ready to believe. And do you still feel younger than you thought you would by now? Or darling, have you started feeling old yet? Don't worry, I'm sure that you're still breaking hearts with the efficiency that only youth can harness. And do you still think love is a laser quest? Or do you take it all more seriously? I've tried to ask you this in some daydreams that I've had, but you're always busy being make-believe. And do you look into the mirror to remind yourself you're there? Or has somebody's goodnight kisses got that covered? When I'm not being honest, I pretend that you are just some lover. And I can't think of there without thinking of you. I doubt that comes as a surprise. Well, I can't think of anything to dream about. I can't find anywhere to hide. And when I'm hanging on by the rings around my eyes, and I've convinced myself I need another, for a minute it gets easy to pretend that you are just some other. And slippers and rocking chairs, singing dreadful songs about summer. Well, I found a better method of pretending you were just some lover. All right, thank you everybody. My name is Luis Gamberos. My music's on Bandcamp, and yep. Hopefully everyone's doing great. And Rich, thanks as always.
Yeah, man. Love having you on. Love the tunes. I love getting to hear. It's so smooth, man. I love the back to back music segment too. So as always, all the love. I hope you have a great day because I know you got a whole day ahead of you. It's morning for him, everyone. Uh, but I'll link the Bandcamp as well if you guys want to check out his music and maybe hearing for the first time. But we're gonna go ahead and keep the mic moving along. We're gonna come back to the States, and why not? Might as well be the capital. We've got Ed Poetastic in Washington, D.C. So, Ed, when you are ready, the mic is yours. Yo.
Thank you, my brother. Like no other words like thunder. Hey, everyone. My name is Ed Potasso, feeling fantastic. Please, it's time to control my rhyme. Five sublime. Thank you for giving me the time. Well, I got jokes for you folks. I got 20 in all. Hope you're ready, kids. We already know you're a smashing hit. Woo. Knock, knock.
Oh, I'm sorry. Someone's at the door. Who's there?
Donut.
Ooh, donut who?
Do not worry. It's just a Halloween joke.
So not a real donut. Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Dishes.
Dishes who?
This is a very Halloween bad joke.
Oh, well, thank you.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Tyson.
Tyson who?
Tyson garlic around your neck to ward off vampires.
Oh, good idea. Yeah. And it smells nice.
It sure does. It's good for your digestive system, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Harry.
Harry who?
Harry Monster's coming to get you.
Oh, no!
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
How?
How who?
How you be dressing up this Halloween?
Oh, you know, the usual.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Hugo.
Hugo who?
Hugo put on a costume for trick-or-treating.
Don't tell me what to do.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Owl.
Al who?
Correct. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Undead.
Undead who?
Undead or alive, I'm coming for you.
Oh, no! Ah! Gary.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Goblin.
Uh-oh. Goblin who?
Goblin up your candy.
Oh, no. That's fine.
I got a question.
All right, go ahead and shoot.
Why didn't the mother let the little witch go trick-or-treating with her friend?
Oh, I'm sad. Why didn't she let the little witch go trick-or-treating?
She was expelled from school.
Oh, it's a discipline thing. Okay.
I have another question.
Uh-huh.
What is white, black, and dead all over?
Ooh, what is white, black, and dead all over?
A zombie trick-or-treating in a tuxedo.
He was at a formal event and then he died.
I got another question.
All right.
When do zombies finish trick-or-treating?
When do zombies finish trick-or-treating?
When they are dead tired.
Ah.
Why shouldn't an angry witch take her broom trick-or-treating?
Well, it's you really shouldn't do anything when you feel a strong emotion like that. But why shouldn't witches in particular not
She
take
might
their
fly
broom?
off the handle.
Oh, okay, that one got me. Got me good.
How do ghosts do their makeup before they go out trick or treating?
Mm. How do ghosts do their makeup?
They use vanishing cream.
Oh.
What do vampires take to get around on Halloween night?
Huh. What do vampires use to get around all
A blood vessel.
night? Well, they have to be invited in first, is the thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Why did the skeleton run away?
Why did the skeleton run away?
Because a dog was after his bones.
Oh no. Dangerous.
How did the skeleton knew it was going to rain on Halloween?
Mm. How did the skeleton know it was going to rain?
He felt it in his bones.
Oh. Broke his knee while he was alive. It carries out.
How did the zombie become great at trick-or-treating?
Mm. How did the zombie become good at trick or treating?
Dedication.
That's right.
What is a vampire's favorite Halloween candy?
Mm. What Halloween candy do vampires like?
A sucker.
Naturally. Yes.
Thank you, kid. You are a smashing hit.
Thank you, Ed. Never change.
Oh, I never change. If I change, I'll be deranged. Or a little bit strange. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got 3 poems. One poem I created from our wonderful Tumblewords workshop where the fun never stops. All right, this is called Inner Borders. Exactly. Blame borders for order. Blames wall for the unjust cause. It's like being in a symmetrical box with no windows, doors, or locks. Do you feel the sadness and pain constantly going down our drains? I understand comfort and safety, but that's just a make-believe travesty. Have we not learned from history, which is not just our reality? Era wants freedom away from the chaotic system. Era wants peace away from the instant release. Era wants a fresh start away from ignorance at heart. Everyone wants the same thing. Don't take away someone's wings. They might be killers or drug dealers, but some are healers and preachers. Freedom shouldn't be about race, with despair covering our face. Like R&R said, tear down this wall, let it smash, crumble, and fall. This land is not yours or mine. Hope this opens borders in your mind. Thank you. This other one's called Why Not Be Kind? You need to be kind before life kicks you behind. Do for your humanity to change hearts or society. My grandmother taught me kindness with chocolate and a big kiss. Kindness can kill the monsters or change fakers into makers. People always have this question for their unpredictable situation. What's in it for you and me? Well, change if you can see. Some people love to be selfish, but complain about an empty dish. Some people love to be greedy, but aren't they being the most needy? Some people love to be angry, but blame everyone for being snappy. Some people love to be negative, but what about the positive? Life is about you or me. If so, it'll be a travesty. Everyone deserves appreciation. It gives them instant satisfaction. Repeat after me. You are a great person. No, but I'm most certain of my reason. Repeat after me. I wish you a nice day. Not only today, but each and every day. Repeat after me. You are enough. Stop being edgy, dark, and rough. Repeat after me. I'm here for you. It doesn't take much to break through. Do you feel calm and better? Hope it brightens your weather. Sometimes it could be a bit hard, but please lower your guard. It's called being human. We are all or not made of sand. Do you feel warmth in your veins? Good. It must away the pain. It's called being generous. It's different from being oblivious. What's the point of being unkind? Don't get trapped in your mind. If this poem doesn't change your heart, then get some sugar, but don't stay tart. If you ever want a miracle or luck, then don't stay mean or stuck. It's simple as simple can be. Please be kind and show some glee. Thank you. And the next one is called Just Right. Doesn't matter. Keep climbing the ladder. Don't think, just write. Write whatever is in sight. Your pen has no rules. You're not in school. Keep writing the lines of personal design. If you ponder your actions, it won't give you satisfaction. Oh, it's all wrong, wrong, wrong. Who cares? Does it come off strong? Is it that teacher in your ear? Tell her to shut up and get out of here. There's no skill or mindset to write. Please write with all your might, all right. It sounds boring with many errors. Okay, you have grammar terror, but no pressure. Like like you is a work in progress. No need to suppress, if I can confess. It's not an exam, project, or test. Keep on writing and doing your best. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. And of course, as always, you know what's going on. How can the fine people follow and support you online?
Well, the fine people can support me online if they want to unwind while coming to this wonderful open mic that makes their light to the light in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right. If you want to follow me, please feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman. And if you love my poems, please be more wholesome. And if you love my wordplay, I'll be practicing my poetry each and every day. But it's not about me, this is about you. Thank you for pushing on through. Remember that I love each and every one of you. All right, woohoo. Remember, always do your best. And remember, life is not a contest. Um, hmm. Please be kind and please unwind and please always be divine. And remember to look at the signs.
You changed it up. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Ed. Please be kind. Rewind. That's some ancient wisdom, some wisdom from the ancients. If you don't know what that means, you young kids out there, then don't worry about it. Uh, anyway, Ed out of Washington D.C. And oh, by the way, Ed, check your messages. One of our friends and host Dorimar is going to be in D.C. Tomorrow. So if you have any section, we'll talk on the after party. If you didn't know, there's an after party after the stream for all of you watching right now. And if you're new here to the show, after we end the stream, we just kind of hang out here in Zoom for a little bit, and we call that the after party. But we have a few more performers left, and we're actually going to go out of the country once again to Canada, where we have Cassie up next on the mic. Cassie, when you're ready, I will get you here highlighted. Welcome back.
Thanks,
There we go.
Richie. Hi, everyone.
Yo.
Can you hear me okay? I don't know if my mic is
Yeah.
working properly or not. Okay, cool. Thank you. Um, okay, so this first piece, sorry, I'm just trying to get things up here. So this first piece is called The River Runs Deep, but it also meets the sea. I don't know how to hold the fact that being anywhere can knock you off your feet. The breeze can sweep you up even before you're ready, sometimes before you know it. There's a liminal space between impacted and changed, and the unstoppable stasis of drifting forward, where the scene dressings can't help but color not just your next script, but your fluxing internal monologue. Each one etching over the parts of yesterday that you swore were stone, but turn out to be sticky sand that clings but loses its weight as the camera just keeps rolling with your feet on tracks you can't get off. your mind putty in the hands of a peculiar director with a name tag that reads transience, who insists your mind meld to fit the form of the times. The things that felt formative before become merely residue that just adds a little extra haze to the lens, a little timbre to your voice, a touch of signature to your step. Right, and I think for this evening I have one more piece of mine. It's very new. This is tentatively titled The Remote Return. I'm returning home to the most intimate dwelling, inward. It is scarier than I remember, more barren than I recall. I could have swore I put up art, even wallpaper, laid some carpet down last time I visited. I really thought I had some candles around here somewhere. I swear this place had sturdier walls, or at least something to give the illusion of security. Here the floor goes on and on. The intimacy is cavernous, bottomless, intimidating, but certainly not untouchable. This place and I have a peculiar, congenious relationship. I have been skirting it for years, tracing its outline, merely periodically traversing it, thinking one day I will stop in, pause, someday, expand it, stay a while, make it more fit for residents, and maybe even learn to reside. All right, that was a very rough draft, but it is what it is. I'm going to read, I believe, one cover poem. That was a little bit influential, a little bit of an inspiration for the poem I just read. This was written today, and this was read today, I mean, for the first time. So this is called Directive for Ascension by Adam Clay. Let the words we frame and chisel contain the same language of those before and those to come. If this moment is a place, let rain drift to an elsewhere. Let our arrivals rise up like the Estivant pines. Let atoms be atoms. Let song be song. If a moment gone by does not return, let the breath of a streamline contain what you need. If sleep serves a purpose, if memory divides the night, let grace braid the strands. Let the lake be an eye we stand upon. Let the mind be a way to the body. If you fear death, live within a pause. Let the mind envision its exhaustion. Let the procession slow down. Let the mind become pollen. If sleep serves a purpose, let acceptance be an orchid, living only because of the climate around it. If the world within this world holds us to truth, let truth be a construct we can use to know the past. If the water rises and falls, let it be because of the moon and its pull. If the frame becomes more useful than what it contains, let eyelid divide light, like glass, be more than glass. I am going to read one more short piece. This is a cover. This is called Equinox by Timoko Bayer. Dear child of the near future, here is what I know. Hawks soar on the updraft, and sparrows always return to the seed source until they spot the circling hawk. Then they disappear for days and return a full flock, ready. I think we all have the power to do what we must to survive. One day, I hope to set a table, invite you to draw up a chair, greens steaming garlic, slices of bread still warm, honey flecked with wax, and a pitcher of clear water. Subsistence for acts of survival, for incantations stirring across our tongues. Can we climb out of this greedy mouth, disappear, and then return in force? My stars are tucked in my pocket, ready for battle. If we flood the streets with salt water, can we flood the sky with wings? All right, so I'll leave it there. If you find yourself ever interested in going to online generative poetry workshops, I occasionally facilitate them. I'm just wrapping up a generative poetry workshop series that explores connection to place in various forms. It's called Tied to Temporary Spaces. And the sessions stand alone. We're at the end of the series, but they stand well alone. I said, there's one tomorrow that explores connection to the natural world in particular. We'll be looking at some poems that articulate feeling instances of being connected to nature. So if you'd like more information, the easiest way to find it is to go to Instagram and find me at Relentless Intrigue, and the sign up form with more information is there. I can also put the sign up form in the chat. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Richie.
Cool. Thank you, Cassie. And check out that workshop if you want to get some writing done. Maybe you can also be temporarily spellbound, you know? All right. So I'm going to read a quick one as Dan gets ready and sets up, because as he often does. This is from Jose Olivares. This is from his first collection, Citizen Illegal. And this is based off of Saturday's protests. Note, rose that grows from concrete. The inspirational slogan wants you to believe you are a rose, but consider the emperor's muddy boot. You could be a rose or concrete. The record suggests the boot sees both as a welcome mat. We need a new metaphor. A seed is better. But when seeds grow, who gets the fruit? Fuck it. Be a rusty nail. Make the emperor howl. Just saying, you know? All right, Dan does need a few minutes. How did I know he was going to need a few minutes? All right, well, in that case, I have another piece ready. This is from Kyle Tranmari. An awesome book, a love song, a death rattle, a battle cry. It's called The Family Business. Jackie's been here for 25 years, and he tells me, you get used to it. He says your nose learns to seal itself when you dive headfirst into an ocean of dust. Your eyes develop nictating membranes to keep the chemical sprays out of your hands. They will grow their own gloves, invisible and tough and permanent. I've been a janitor for 3 weeks, and I thought I was made of stronger materials. We play chess in the break room. Jackie asks me what my favorite piece is. I say the pawn because, you know, he's the underdog. The odds are against him. Jackie identifies with pawns too, but he sees nobility in their sacrifice. He sees beauty in their simplicity, in the fact that they're always moving forward. Jackie shambles from room to room, moving half as fast as me, but somehow getting twice as much done. The night shift will mess with your head like that. Jackie smiles, the saddest face I've ever seen. Sometimes I see that face and imagine that we are the servants entombed alive with the pharaoh. pushing someone else's gold while our oxygen runs out, dutifully preparing a grand feast for a god who will never be hungry. But Jackie tells me there is honor in this. A good day's work, and honest living, that there's poetry in this. But what kind of poetry lives in a can of orange naturalizer, the liquid breath of dragons? The mist dissolves every word creeping up my throat, overwhelms every idea. They got me wiping my reflection from the glass, scrubbing the shadow off the walls. They got me so scared of my alarm clock that I can't fall asleep anymore, even when my muscles drain out from under my fingernails. My thoughts stream out of my ears, and I am left with nothing but two eyes that refuse to close for fear of what they might see. Is there really honor in this? Or is that abstract notion the carrot they dangle in front of us pawns to move us across the board? Jackie tells me you can't think about it like that. He says that without us, the people who live and work in this building couldn't function, that we keep the gears churning, and that it might not be glamorous, but it's necessary. And of course, he's right. And maybe I am just a working class kid who somehow hustled my way into college and got delusions of grandeur. Maybe now I'm too good to go into the family business. 100 generations of janitors and farmers and infantry and factory workers and pawns. So I suck it up and last for 2 more months. And on my final day, before a very uncertain future, I make a point to shake Jackie's hand and I say, I've been thinking, man. I think the reason pawns can't move backwards is because if they could, they'd kill their own kings in a heartbeat. Instead, we're forced to keep moving, believing we can get to the other side and become royalty ourselves, but most likely dying on the way there, sacrificed for a cause we don't even understand. I wish you the best, man. I wish you horses and castles. Jackie smiles, the saddest face I've ever seen, and disappears into his work. All right, man, I'm stalling. That's crazy. Dan is away from the computer right now, because that's something you should do before performing. So really quick recap. Again, this week we have a lot of stuff going on. This Friday, we have the Chrysalis release party at the Falstaff, South Central El Paso. Falstaff is a great community space with all sorts of art galleries and vendors. And we're releasing this book. I'll be MC, Kit will be reading, a lot of contributors will be there, as well as Chrysalis staff. It's going to be a really fun time. Rewinding back from there, Thursday we have the Songwriters Night at Pineapple Vintage, which is right above Old Sheepdog Brewery. That's in collaboration with EP Takes the Stage, as well as A Valley Sessions. I'll be leading the workshop. Wednesday, we have our Haunted Writers Night at Proof and Press workshop at 7 p.m. Open mic after 9 p.m. Earlier in the day at Papagayo, which is at the campus I teach, the downtown campus, community college. We have a hip hop presentation, a lecture from a local group. So that's going to be at noon if you guys want to come through to that. Tuesday, of course, we will be at Rosewood for our Verse and Harmony open mic. Okay. We may have to hold on. See what's up with Dan. Did we get an ETA on that? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, I could find another piece to read really quick. And again, as always, shout out to everyone for coming through and sharing their stuff. Looking through my notes here. I mean, this is a newer one that I released a video of. Yeah. Next up is John Cage on the mic. Ready? Nah, it's too abstract of a joke for some peeps. You gotta know. All right. I don't want to read that one. Sorry. This is very fun, Dan. All right. Let me go through my notes here. Oh, that's not even ed. I can't read something that's unedited. Never mind. All right. I'll read this one. It's based off of a true experience of me getting home really late one night from an open mic downtown, Tuesday nights, and the world's asleep. It's very quiet. Sometimes my cat waits for me outside for me to get home. But on this particular night, I stumbled into a sunflower, radiant and standing strong in the moonlight. And I loved the contrast of that sunflower and moonlight. Here we go. Sunflower and moonlight. Let me swim in your contradictions. All warmth and photosynthesis. Still leaning toward a sun that isn't there. How do you glow like that in silver hush? How do you ache for daylight with your roots deep in night? You're not supposed to be here, but here you are, defiant in bloom, petals in persistence, straining outward a brightness that doesn't ask for permission. You speak in opposites, a soft voice with a sharp mind, an open heart inside an armored chest, and I want to learn your language. I want to read your bloom like scripture and static, syncopation. Kiss the doubts curled in your leaves. Hold the tension between the shadow you cast and the light you carry. Let me wade past the logic and meditate on the magic of your mystical magnetism managed and mangled in moonbeams. You, a sunflower in moonlight. Me, the one who stumbles home just to watch you try it and bloom. In a world that told you not to. All right. That one's kind of fun to read out loud recently. All right. Any updates, Dan? He's home? Okay. Are you on the phone with him? Thanks, Luis. Yeah. Appreciate it. By the way, so looking forward, right? So 2 weeks left on October. If you are in the Paso area, I'm going to be doing another jazz and poetry night the first Thursday of November. That's going to be November 6th at International Bar. And I'm going to be doing that with Rob Nice, co-founder of BWOMS. So BWOMS, this whole thing that you guys have been part of. Rob Nice is one of the co-founders, one of my really good friends. He'll be one of the featured poets, along myself and this another poet, Mariah. Her stage name is You, which makes it really hard to introduce her. Next up on the mic is You, and then people get crazy. They get confused, crazy confused.
I'll just go ahead real quick. Let me just. No need for introduction. Yeah, I just got home, but this is not easy, and it's silly.
And then you interview. Hold on. Yeah, that's okay, Dan. But you didn't have to interrupt me like that. But it's good to know you're back.
Sorry, I thought you already introduced me.
And then I was just sitting there for 5 minutes. No, I did. Okay, so we have.
I thought you were introducing me. You already did, and then
I was just thinking out loud. It's all right. All right. So without further ado, it's Dan the Man.
I apologize. Okay, I apologize for the delay. What a stupid day. Lousy now because I didn't go to the gym. No thanks to my mother. And one stupid him. And one stupid gram and one lousy ham. So yeah, one lousy pseudonym or pseudonym. Yeah, because I should. Yeah, because it was stupid. No thanks to my workout got swatted because everything's all swatted. Yeah, I can't believe my workout came to a screeching halt. There ain't no flat assault. Yeah, well, two's in a bolt. So yeah, that's back in the vault. There ain't no fault. Yeah, great. Yeah, so anyway, yeah. So now I hate it when it allows these setbacks. Always has been a flat, so it's whack and it's out of slack, if you know what I mean. All these things like speed. Okay. Again, I do apologize for the delay. Yeah. Not yet. Thank you. I'll get it. All right. All right, guys. I do apologize, and let me just okay. And so, therefore, hold on. Okay. So, therefore, yeah. So, I hope next time it doesn't go any lousy flat ass delays like this. If that happens again, this is gonna be a horse manure. Take it to a full detour. Yeah, so if you know what I mean. Okay, so therefore, okay, hold on. Yeah, see. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I know. Sorry, my evening got cut down to a screeching halt. So, all right. I do apologize. So, sorry about that. It's a long story. I'll explain later. So, well, even though we need a story, we still need that poetry, and even though the words of liberty. Yeah. Yep, it's elementary. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, we're more than 11 days away to Halloween. Well, less than make it 10. All right. So, who's ready for HALLOWEEN spell? I was waiting for somebody else to say it's Halloween. Okay.
I can't
All right,
spell.
guys. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys. Well, sorry about the light, and what a night. Okay. No. Oh, right. Halloween 3. Right. Okay. Well, thank you, guys. Again, I do apologize. Okay. All right, Richie. Let's go ahead and call it a night.
All right, appreciate that, Dan. I like it. I was stalling for you. We made it happen. I appreciate the commitments to have to be here every single Monday. For everyone who tuned in, thank you guys. We're here. We'll be back next Monday, but it's a very busy week for us. Hopefully you get to see any of you in person. If not, all you beautiful peeps online, we'll see you next Monday. And for the online mic, my name is Rich. We will see you guys. Well, see you when we see you. The live stream